I'd like to provide you with a walkthrough and overview of the IBM WebSphere Dynamic Process Edition and ILOG Better Supplier demo. This demo will highlight how WDPE and ILOG rules, visualizations, and optimization complement each other to provide an end-to-end business process management solution. Let me provide you with a bit of context before we move into our demo. Our scenario centers on a global apparel manufacturer, Better Supplier, a fictitious enterprise. The basic storyline is one of insight into production and delivery issues and dynamic processes that can react to changing business needs. Better Supplier can quickly adapt and produce supply on demand as is needed by one of its customers, a fictitious enterprise, Better Retailer. With that, let's move into the demo. We begin with Akshay, the Better Supplier supply chain manager. Akshay receives an alert on his iPhone indicating that no production site was selected to manufacture the apparel order needed by Better Retailer. He has other alerts that indicate production deliveries are projected to miss their SLAs and that he is exceeding energy usage in one of his production sites. Akshay drills down into the alert to get additional details and sees that his intervention is required to continue processing Better Retailer's order. Akshay logs into his business space powered by WebSphere to gain insight and take appropriate action. He sees the same alerts on his dashboard that were on his iPhone. He moves over to his KPIs and notices energy and water usage are exceeding their targets at Chennai. He also sees the customer lead time is more than 12 days and that there are a number of apparel production machines currently down. He wants to see the instance view level at Chennai over the past 7 days. He can see that energy and water usage has increased daily at this point. He's not sure if the Bangalore and Shehezi plants are also spiking, so he moves to his energy usage analysis view and drills down. The diagram tells him that energy usage at his Bangalore plant has increased a bit and then decreased. Akshay moves over to his map and drills down on India. He sees that the Chennai plant is in need of attention. He can see from his machinery display and its 2 alerts that the Chennai machinery is using too much water and that it's also overheating. He figures that this is causing the quality of the apparel produced in Chennai to deteriorate, but he needs to be certain. Akshay moves over to his widget palette and adds a KPI history and prediction widget to his business space. He sees that the quality of the apparel has deteriorated and runs the prediction to get a future outlook. If he takes no action, he can see that apparel quality will be even worse. From the insight gained on his business space, Akshay knows he needs to take action now so that Better Retailer can receive their order on time and the quality of the apparel produced by Better Supplier improves. Akshay realizes that his Chennai plant is not operating at optimal capacity. He needs to do some optimal planning across all 3 sites so that the apparel can still be manufactured and delivered on time for Better Supplier's clients. Akshay reviews the monthly production report produced by running the optimal planning. He sees that capacity can be shifted among the 3 plants with all but 2% of the apparel produced in June. The 2% that is delayed will be made up in July. Akshay moves to his production site selection, rules and policies business space page. From his Business Rules Processing Outcome log, he sees that his production site selection rules were unable to select a production site due to Chennai encountering production delays, Bangalore not producing the type of apparel that Better Retailer needs. His company's shipping agreements with Better Retailer do not enable direct ship, and thus normal shipping from Shehezi would not deliver the goods on time. To deal with the macro issue of the production sites not being selected, Akshay would create business rules within the production site selection exception rule set. To save him time, these 4 business rules were already created for him. To resolve the immediate issue of getting Better Retailer their order on time, he creates a new rule under the customer shipping business rule set that allows free expedited direct shipping for Better Retailer. Akshay will need to create 2 policies for each of the 2 business rules that he just created. He creates a select production site during exception policy. When the production capacity at Chennai is less than or equal to 75%, then the production site selection exception business rules will execute. He adds in the effective date to be June 9, 2009, and the expiration date to be September 9, 2009. He saves this policy and creates one more. This one is called the Better Retailer Shipping Exception Policy. When the customer name is Better Retailer, then the Better Retailer Shipping Exception variation in the Customer Shipping Business Rule set should execute. He adds in the effective date to be June 9, 2009, and the expiration date to be September 9, 2009. He saves this policy and moves to his Human Work Management business space. He sees the process in the Process Execution view and notes the process is stopped, waiting for him to claim this human task. He selects Redo to run this process, allowing him to alter the flow of this process instance to rerun the process site selection rules. He then sees that the rule executes and this time chooses Shehezi as the production site, solving his problem with the Better Retailer order. He sees as well that the process instance completes. Akshay logs off of his business space. While Akshay is dealing with the immediate crisis, IT is putting in a scalable solution that will automate what Akshay just did. WebSphere Business Events is used to determine when to take action based on a pattern of new orders, reduced production throughput, shifted production, and customer shipping agreements. WebSphere Business Events will determine when to take action and will launch a process that will automatically add or remove customers to the shipping exception rule and send an event to monitor to notify Akshay that action was automatically taken. The results of this scalable solution can be seen on his desktop monitor, Google Gadgets, that at a quick glance let him keep track of this issue. There are KPIs around the customer lead times and alerts that notify him of when customers have been added or removed from shipping exceptions.